Hey, this is Eric with Web App Reviews, where we highlight the best Chrome web apps and extensions for education. Today we're taking a look at an extension called Read&Write for Google Docs. Now you can find this in the Chrome Web Store as usual. Just type in Read&Write and you can search for it there. Or you can use this short URL, which is tiny.cc/readwrite-app. And that'll take you right to this page here where you can find and install this great extension. Now, normally Chrome extensions add some special feature to your browser. In this case, though, Read&Write for Google Docs, as you can probably guess from the title, adds some extra features to Google Documents. And it's a really great extension for students of any age or skill level. For example, this could be used with students who are still learning to read. It could be helpful for students who have reading struggles or special needs, as well as students who are accomplished writers but would benefit from some extra help with editing and organizing their writing. So let me show you how this works. I've already got this installed, so I'm going to pop over here to this Google document. And when you've got Read&Write for Google Documents installed, you'll notice that you get this extra tab anytime you open up a Google document. So up in the top here, you get this Read&Write tab. If I give that a click, it goes ahead and pulls down and it shows me these extra features that we now have for Google Documents. And we'll go through each of them, but real quick, basically what you get is a dictionary, a picture dictionary, you get some text-to-speech options. There's a fact finder, a translator, a highlight collector tool, and a vocabulary list builder tool. And we'll try to take a look at each one of those. So to start off with, we'll do the most basic, which is the text-to-speech. Take a look at how that works. So basically, all I have to do is click anywhere I want to in this document, and then come up here and click the play button, and it will start reading the document to me until I hit stop. So let's try that out right here.
His mother was Mary Ball and his father was Augustine Washington. They owned a plantation with slaves in Virginia.
All right, so there you go. So that would be really useful if this was some content that the student needed to read, but maybe needed some additional help having some of it read to them. But this could also be great for a student if this was the students writing themselves. So this was the report they were writing, and they just need to hear their own writing read back to them. That can be very helpful to catch mistakes they've made, or to hear how it flows, to help them as they perhaps make changes to their writing. So that's a nice feature of Read&Write for Google Documents. Let's take a look at some other options here. Another thing you can do is use the dictionary tool. And so you've got a regular dictionary and a picture dictionary. For the regular dictionary, basically what you're going to do is just give a click on any word. I'll just click on plantation for an example here. Then go up and click on the dictionary button, and it's going to pop up this short definition of that word, which also can be read to you. So if I click on it here, we'll hear this read.
Plantation, an estate where cash crops are grown on a large scale, especially in tropical areas.
All right, so that's one option, one way to get a definition. Another is, again, click on the same word, plantation there, and go up to the picture dictionary. Now, if I give a click on that, what it does is it opens up this window where I get some clip art, sometimes one item, sometimes 2, 3, or 4, it just depends, and it tries to find clip art that supports that word to help explain it. Now, not every word is going to have that, and if so, it'll say, sorry, there's no image available. But an awful lot of them do have some sort of helpful image to go along with that word, which is really nice. Well, while we're still in this section of it, another tool that we can use is the Fact Finder. So again, if I've got plantation clicked on here, and I go up and I click on Fact Finder, what it does is it opens up a Google search with that word. So click on that, a new tab opens, and it runs a Google search on the word that I had selected. All right, now the next two tools in here that we're going to look at is the Collect Highlights and the Vocabulary tool. So I'm actually going to pop over to another window where I've already highlighted some things here. Same document, but basically what you can do is you can go through, or the student can go through, and they can decide to highlight certain things in in the text that they think are important, things that they want to pull out. So basically, it's just regular highlighting, nothing special here. Just drag your mouse over the words, come up to the text background color tool and say, I want to highlight this. We'll just say we're going with a bright green. And so the student can go through and highlight by using the background color whatever they think is important throughout this as they read it. And then all they have to do is give a click on the Collect Highlights tool, and what it does is it pulls out all of those sentences that they felt were important that they highlighted. So let's give this a click and you'll see what happens. So here it goes, and it pulls them all out there together. And so all in one location now, we have all of the things that they had highlighted, and if they used different colors, they could also sort them by color, so they'd have, red for some and green for others and yellow for others, whatever the case might be. And of course, this can then be copied to the clipboard and pasted into another document if they wanted to then have a separate document that had all of that information all pulled together. So really nice to pull out the highlights that they've been working on. The next one, and I did again some highlighting over here, is the vocabulary tool. Same kind of idea. Just highlight words that they think are, maybe a difficult word they're struggling with, something they'd like a little bit of help with. And again, just using the background color tool. In this case, I think I went with a bright yellow, but really doesn't matter. You can use any color you want. Once they've highlighted the words that they want to build for a vocabulary list, come up here and click on the vocabulary button. And what it's going to do is it's going to go ahead and pull all of those into a new window where it gives you the word. It gives you the definition that I would have gotten if I'd clicked on the dictionary button. And it gives me the symbols as well that I would have gotten if I'd clicked on the picture dictionary button. And it gives me a spot over here where I can type in notes. I'll just go blah, 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 but you get the idea. I could type in notes in there as well. And then this, again, can be printed out, or I could simply highlight, copy, and paste all of this into a new Google document if I want to save it for later. And so a great way to build this vocabulary list with words, definitions, pictures, and their own notes based upon that reading information that they've gone through there. So hopefully you can see Read and Write for Google Docs is a really great extension for really any student. It can help with writing in that it can help them edit and improve their work. It's great for reading in that it can help them read the material, understand unfamiliar words, pull out important passages, and address vocabulary needs. So thanks again for watching the video, and be sure to visit webappreviews.org where you can see all of our reviews as well as submit your own favorite apps and extensions. Thanks so much.